this administration has been very clear. There will be no central bank digital currency, which I think would be the first step toward tracking. So we have taken that off the table. We passed stablecoin legislation with bipartisan, and the Clarity Act is now up on the Hill, and I think it has bipartisan support. And the most important thing we can do is to make digital assets come into the United States, make the U.S. the home. Our regulation, our best practices are what will ensure good standards for these. When you look at digital assets, all the nonsense that happens, all the things you read about, that's because it's the wild, wild west offshore, so we got to bring it on shore. So I would encourage the House and the Senate to get clarity done.
The annual inflation rate is higher than when Donald Trump took office. Americans are spending less on groceries. The Iran war is pushing up prices. So are tariffs.
From day one, 75 of it, $50, 75 of it. So, $52, $5.35, $5.35 per or more. Could you get 3 times on $5.51? Could you get 3?
We focus on all the things that are wrong, but look how much good he's done now. With
like
the
what?
tariffs and all of that, and getting all of the money back to our country where it belongs.
Tariffs haven't delivered yet, at least.
You don't think?
Well, tariffs are part of the problem, no?
Yeah, well, I don't know.
I think everybody's to blame. Everybody. It's greed, it's capitalism, play a lot into it. Some of these prices for fuel, I don't think the price should be what it is.
Thank you. I will, you too.
Everything happening is absolutely insane. I think it's all a big show to get us all fired up and angry, and I choose not to live there. They thought I was done.
I believe that we have seized about $1 billion of their crypto. And
just outright seized it.
Just outright grab the wallets. Some of them may be like typing in right now and realize they might not have realized that their wallet had been grabbed.
Hey, it's Carlos Cortez with another episode of Scriptures and Wall Street. Don't know what's going on. I am at my condos in Kissimmee in Orlando, and Wi-Fi is just down. So I literally had to go in my car and record this weekend show. But I hope you guys can bear with me because I always want to get content out. And typically when I have some technical difficulties, it's like Satan doesn't want me to share whatever I'm about to share. So everything on this podcast is meant for information and education purposes only. I am a licensed financial advisor, but everything on this podcast is meant for information and education purposes only. If you would like financial advice, give us a call, 813-448-3446. So I guess what I really wanted to share off my chest is that we've got a lot of phone calls this week, some from people all over losing jobs, buying homes. A lot of people are moving right now. Maybe it's just the summer and people just want to change, but there's just so much money and in motion as well as people in motion. People are losing jobs. People are changing their lifestyles for the good or bad, and they need some type of plan. So what I wanted to just really discuss is the fact that everybody's looking at returns. They're looking at the stock markets, Dow's over 50,000, the NASDAQ, it just keeps on going up. Everything just keeps on going up. Silver is being manipulated. We're in this like trajectory of 75 to 88, this home that we're in. And if you look at the dollar, it keeps on continuing to rise. What I'm getting at, guys, is basically about fear of missing out, having the ability to simply just ignore the emotion, which is difficult. When you retire, retiring is actually harder than what most people think. They think, oh, you don't have to go to work every day. You don't have to do this every day. I'm retired. I have never done this before. I've been working literally since I was 14, 16 years old. And then all that changes and you almost lose your identity. You almost become like, it's been doing spiritually weak. It's been doing, Satan will tell you lies and you're old, you're a piece of crap. You are worth anything. It's been doing, and that's furthest from the truth. Because at the end of the day, just like anything good requires a lot of work, decades of dedication. It's been doing the fermentation process. It's been doing wine it's very expensive. Aged cheese, aged steak, everything's expensive when it's aged and right. It's been doing, it's the same thing with retirement. As we become, it's been doing financially stronger because we did our job, dollar cost averaging into whatever investment we've had. We put money in green. We have a substantial amount in yellow. We understand the markets. We hired the right advisors. We hired the right money managers. We had a plan. We know about the taxation. We know about pretty much everything that the stealing process is happening. The robbery, the retirement robbery. So I don't want to become victim. And I want to make sure you guys understand that I'm not coming from a place of victimhood, because I'm anti-victimhood. I believe the more responsibility and ownership you take of everything, the better person you become. And I really believe, like, if your kids have Fs, it is your fault, mom and dad. If your kid is acting like a dumbass in the locker room at the sports event, it is your fault, mom and dad. If your daughters aren't happy, it's your fault, dad. It's your fault, mom. If your kids are not showing up the way they need to be showing up, it's your fault, mom and dad. If you don't have the income that you want, it is your fault. If you're not happy, it's your fault. The more ownership you take of your life, the more freedom you have. The less blaming of others and blaming Trump and blaming the stupid wall and blaming the Jews and blaming Taiwan and blaming this, and that of your local politicians. Shut the hell up. Like, wake up, man. Take freaking ownership. What does any of that garbage have to do with your retirement, with your lifestyle? It has nothing. So the stronger you become in owning your mistakes, owning your circumstances, yes, it sucks. Yes, do I think Trump is doing a great job? Maybe on the surface, maybe for PR reasons, but he is not the person that we voted for, obviously. Like, I don't wish any ill will, and I actually personally like Trump. Personally, I like him. I believe he's bold and he stands up for what he believes in. I respect that. But I didn't vote for somebody kissing the wall and keeping it first. I voted for America first. I voted for, actually, the voting process doesn't even work anymore. I'm in Florida. Do you think I want to have Trump 2.0? I mean, we're giving $355 million to Florida's giving $350 million to Israel. Do you think I want to vote for a candidate that's going to continue to do that APEC garbage? Man, we got so much stuff in Florida that we could use that money for the greater good of humanity, let alone. There's kids that would love to go to school at a private education, and there's no way they can afford it. But yet we're sending money. And don't get me started. And all the data centers that they want to build here with Byron Daniels, whatever his stupid name is, he is Israel first, all daggone day. And he ain't Florida Southern first, you know. So I'm a little jaded with that. But how that pertains to us is the victimhood. Like, how much are we going to start pointing the finger, and how much or when are we going to take responsibility for our situations? Don't know if you're married, don't know if you're single, if you have kids with bums. It doesn't matter. You have to take ownership and make changes. And so, what I am getting at is what we are about to face. And I don't want to be doom and gloom. I can't show you charts right now, but guys, the technology factor is so huge right now. But guys, that these companies are going all in. Private equity. I know we've talked about private equity. They are throwing billions, not millions, billions with a B as in boy, at just startups. Completely startups. So just recently, Uncensored AI, which is a newer AI company, they're already getting values of $15, $25 million, and they just started I don't know, a year or two ago. They're talking about it being $100 million company, and there's even 500 million being on the table in the next year or two for that company by private equity, because the data and the behavior, basically the behavioral function, is worth billions of dollars. So the more data they create on you, the more money that company gets when they go to sell or attractive to their platform, so their shareholders can benefit from it. This is the world we live in today. This is the track, trace, and control agenda that is just prominent like crazy.
If you currently have money in the bank, a 401k, or even precious metals in an IRA, you may want to listen up. You're going to want to have a place where you have a guarantee on your funds. As we go into a lower interest rate environment, banks will be stressed out when the commercial real estate crisis happens. Right now, you can get a guarantee, yes, a guarantee on your principal, and get a bonus. If you're younger than 65 years of age, we can utilize an insurance-based contract that has been around for over 100 years. We want to help you find a guarantee on your funds that are actually outside of banking laws, outside of securities laws. And guess what? You get a guarantee on your funds. You get a guarantee on your principal. Go to greenmoneysolutions.com, fill out your information, and let's just see if you qualify.
So what I want to tell you is, whether you like it or not, so you need to understand one thing. You're not going to risk all your money in red money. In order for you to make money off the QQQs and AI and have these 25, 30, 40% returns, yes, we know the QQQ ETF, the ticker that follows NASDAQ, it's up over 20%. It's been doing close to 40% in the past 2 years. And historically speaking, it's averaging over 18% over the past 40 years. Like, you don't even need an advisor anymore. You can just buy that and put all your eggs in the basket. It's been doing, listening to me, Carlos. Why are you doing what you're doing? It's because it's the professional management. It's not as easy as throwing money. It's been doing QQs, growing it. It's very easy to grow your money in the stock market, guys. Just follow what everyone's doing. Follow what everyone's doing. Look at the technology in your home. Buy the 10 biggest companies of your own products, and you can save into it for eternity, and you will have millions of dollars. I promise you that. It's that simple. The problem is that we now have robots. We now have a Fed chair that simply, it's been doing keys to the kingdom. He can literally just say one or two things and knock the economy out of order. And there's your retirement. It's been doing retirement. There's so much misinformation. I was on Facebook actually earlier today, and there's this infographic of, there's these 401k states, and these states in 13 states that it's been doing are not charging taxation. It's been doing K withdrawals. It's been doing, that is further from the truth. It's been doing, as further from the truth. It's been, because what ends up happening is you take the money out. It's been getting charged federally. Like, you are still paying federal taxes. You're still paying Social Security penalties. It's been doing so, and there's states that don't have income tax. Texas, Florida, and there's 7 other states that don't have state income taxes. So it's been doing, the misinformation is just insane. It's been doing, so I want you guys to think about this. We stopped working. We don't doing you. Maybe you're a Spirit airline pilot, or you're a pilot, or even a Dell worker. They just are IBM. It's been doing, you've been saving over in a 401k for, it's been doing 25 years, never question it. And you saw your account go from 800 grand to 2 million, back to 1.5, and now it's back to 2 million. Maybe you're a doctor and you invest in a 403b and you have a few million in your 401ks or 403bs, it's been with that, guys, is you don't know when you are going to be taxed. It's been doing to tell clients, if you don't do anything, the money in your 401k divided by half, and that's what you really have, because the government has plans to tax you to hell and back. It's been doing it has a way to completely annihilate your 401k and steal it. And in the meantime, you're going to die, own nothing, and be happy. They already have a plan. And as soon as you take Social Security, that plan starts immediately. You cannot take more. It's been doing, I'm rounding $24,000 out a year if you are before your full retirement age. You will lose 50% over that 24,000. I think it's 23,400. It keeps changing every single year. Forgive me, guys. I'm driving. I can't fact check. But all you got to do is do the earnings test. It's been doing pre-FRA, and you'll see the exact number. And then if you are turning full retirement age, it is about 73,000 you can make. That means your $1 million 401k, you can't pull over that number on both ends. It's been penalized. If you are turning full retirement age, you can't make over that $70,000 number, or you're going to get penalized for every $3 you make, you got to give one back. If you're pre-early withdrawal, pre-FRA, it's been cannot pull money out more than that $24,000 number. It's been penalized 50% for every $2 you pull out of that limit while on Social Security before your full retirement age. It's been penalized 50%. 50. It's been don't have a way they are going to take your money. You know what's interesting is they're living in an AI track, trace, and control agenda. Everything is tracked. The cars that you're in right now is tracked. The bank. Oh my gosh, guys! I've heard stories this week where we had a client who tried to buy a Tesla club machine, actual Tesla club machine. The bank denied it and basically almost debanked him, limited his withdrawals, limited his account transfers. Wanted to buy a green money account, could not buy a green money account because the bank already linked his account as something suspicious. So for the betterment of the credit union or the non-FedNow bank, and still have the clause in your bank account. I don't know how many times we got to tell you, but the money in your bank account is really not yours till you pull it out. Because when you sign up for a bank account, the rules and the regulations and the disclosures that you have signed up for are a detriment to your ownership of the money. They have behavioral clauses, they have activity clauses, they have financial clauses, insolvency clauses, because they're enacting bank bail-ins. And this is not fear-mongering. All you got to do is just ask for a copy of your account agreement that you signed and just read it thoroughly. I did a podcast on this where I go line by line on a Chase privacy account agreement. And it was insane. Like, there's a large cash withdrawal section where they basically control how much you can take out, and they could tell you what to do with your own money. It's not even yours anymore. So it's sad. People invest in this thinking that they're going to be safe, and that's normal. It's totally normal because that's all you've known is put the money in the bank, put the money in the bank. And the pre-programming continues and continues and continues so much that you invest all this money in your 401k only to realize 20, 30 years from now, you place your money in a tax-deferred account and not a tax-free account. And there's a huge difference. Because you deferred the taxes, the government has you by the short hairs, and they know you're going to have to take Social Security. So it will feel like double taxation. So when you take Social Security and you're older, here's what they do. You already know about the earnings test, but there's another trap called the taxation. And so you go into a different tax bracket once you take the welfare check, also known as Social Security. There's a lifetime taxation. The lifetime taxation on the welfare program known as Social Security is if you make over $34,000 a year and you're single and you're on Social Security, doesn't matter how old you are, and they get to tax 85% of your monthly benefit. So 85, not at a rate of 85, I'm saying 85% of your monthly benefit is now taxable if you make over $34,000. And that income also includes your 401k withdrawals. It also includes any dividends and income that you receive. So it counts towards the calculation of your Social Security. And the other scary part is if you have tax-free bonds, those bonds count towards the calculation of your Social Security. You see how that works? So this is why I have a problem with Roth IRAs, because they're tax-free in the eyes of the government, but not really. Once you take Social Security, they still count it as income.
If you currently have money in the bank, a 401k, or even precious metals in an IRA, you may want to listen up. You're going to want to have a place where you have a guarantee on your funds. As we go into a lower interest rate environment, banks will be stressed out when the commercial real estate crisis happens. Right now, you can get a guarantee, yes, a guarantee on your principal, and get a bonus. If you're younger than 65 years of age, we can utilize an insurance-based contract that has been around for over 100 years. We want to help you find a guarantee on your funds that are actually outside of banking laws, outside of securities laws. And guess what? You get a guarantee on your funds. You get a guarantee on your principal. Go to greenmoneysolutions.com, fill out your information, and let's just see if you qualify.
Matthew 24:6 says, you will hear, when you will hear and see wars and rumor of wars, for you should not be alarmed. It is biblical for war to happen. I don't know why we're so like, oh man, we're doing this another fake war in Iran and Cuba and blah, blah. Guys, there's going to be war, man. When you know that, when you're a man, when you're going to stick up for your wife and your kids, you're going to be financially prepared. You're going to be physically prepared, when you're emotionally prepared, and we're not going to give a rat's ass about what is happening with Trump and the stupid wall. And if Jerome Powell is coming back to influence Kevin Warsh, we don't care because we already prepared for it. We're already prepared. We've done our due diligence. We're not passive. We are proactive. We know the stock market is going to go down, even though they inflate it. We know when they keep on printing money, and silver true value is probably over 400 an ounce, but right now it's not because it's red money and it's manipulated. But if you put all your money in silver, you're going to lose your ass. I promise you that. You are going to lose. So let's be smart. Let's be really smart. How many times does the Bible say, or the Bible says, don't invest in 7 things, invest in 8 things? Diversification, wisdom, faith, discernment, proaction. Do you think David prayed for Goliath? No, he didn't. He killed him. He straight killed him. So when there's a threat, you don't even think about it. You kill it by preparation. You don't even see David was practicing his little slingshot. David was prepared. And through preparedness, he was confident. You don't even, that's simple. We know the stock market is going to go down. The dollar will crash. The dollar will pump. The dollar is manipulated, guys. If you thought the dollar was crashing and the government wasn't involved, you got something for you. Because what if I told you the American government decided to crash their own dollar so they can backdoor your silver, so they can backdoor what is about to come. What is time in a funky place that we're in, we have countries that are creating alliances against America. We have a national deficit that is, what is it? You can't even control it. What is it? We have headlines about wars. What is about? We have headlines about robotics. What is it? We are utilizing AI that we've never seen before. Pretty soon, males are going to start having sex with robots. What is it about? Transhuman babies? What is about? What is it? Like, there's already sex dolls. What is supposed to be smarter and better attractive than your wife and could clean and be a better homemaker than your wife. We're going to a soulless society. What is about? This should not be a surprise to you, brothers and sisters. What is about? My question is to you is, what are you doing right now? What is your retirement? What are you doing with your investments? Are you going to decide to make money off of this and use it for good? Or are you going to decide to just take the mark of the beast, which is the AI that's going to control everything? What is it? A part of the matrix? And look, I'm a big fan of technology. Like, I love technology. I've always had. That's how I became a financial advisor. I was changing tires when I was 17 years old, sorry. I was in high school and I would work at night when I didn't have soccer practice. What is it? I saw this very well dressed man. What is it? In a suit, and I was just in a raggedy mechanic t-shirt. I had tire stains all over my arms, my face. You know, I liked working on cars. I still like working on cars. What is it? This guy said, dude, you got one of those Palm Pilots. What is it? Yeah. He said, oh man, those things are so expensive. What does it do for a living? He goes, oh, I'm a financial advisor. I see all my client meetings here in the notes, and I can do electronic correspondence. I'm like, electronic correspondence? What is that? Huh. Oh yeah, it's email. And I said, you got like fast internet on that Palm Pilot? He goes, yeah. Yeah, Sprint PCS has really good wireless data on analog. And this was when phones are on analog. This was before digital. And then I was just so impressed. I'm like, what's a financial advisor? I literally wanted to become a financial advisor just so I could have a Palm Pilot. I loved it that much. And I kind of geeked out on it. And then I fell in love with investments and what it did and the technology behind investments. And it just led into one thing. And then I found out that my uncle worked on Wall Street, and the rest was history. But the technology, guys, man, if you guys knew what I know right now, or actually many of you know more technology than I do, but we are going into a phase, but this is no joke. We're going into a phase where if you're renting, check this out. If you're renting, you will have to go through a face recognition software to do what's called a KYC. For getting a bank approval on a note, buying a car, buying a home, the same way they look at your ID and verify it is you, they're going to do biometrics. They're coming out with a federally mandated / social credit score system, but where they basically technologically inoculate you, where your fingerprint now becomes your face, your biometrics. Then they approve you or not. Tell me that's not social credit score system. So as we have robots coming in this year, at the end of this year, early next year, and they're taking over jobs, we have electricians working nonstop for Elon Musk in the Tesla plants, wiring hundreds of thousands of robots to pump them all out, because they're going to be taking jobs. They're actually going to be taking realtor jobs. They're taking doctor jobs. They're literally taking almost 90% of the workforce. Like, why hire a realtor when a realtor can open up the door, show you the whole home? They can go in their robotic car. It can self-drive. to any home you want. And they won't even charge a commission. It's insane, man. It really is insane what is about to come. I was reading that pilots were going to get replaced because they don't fall asleep. They don't have to sleep. They drive safer than pilots. And then they're talking about, well, we don't even need a robotic pilot when the plane can fly itself. It's called TAAS, Transportation as a Service. Cars drive itself. We have now Waymo, which is an alphabet company. You can go in any metropolitan area typically right now, any of the big metropolitan areas, and you can download the Waymo app. It's not an app. I mean, it's not an ad for Waymo, but you can download it, pay a monthly subscription, and pay as you go for a manless taxi ride. And fully autonomous. And where we're at, guys. You know, my neighbor is a CEO of a major hospital here locally. And not giving names. She was telling me, the hospital just spent $5 million on a robot to do heart surgeries, to do all the bypass and just all these crazy surgeries that you pay to do millions of dollars to surgeons for, to do. You can do it basically at no cost or the cost of the operating the robot. So even doctors are going to get replaced. We're starting to see that now, where you just take your blood, you send it to an AI lab, and an AI doctor basically tells you what's wrong with you. And they can prescribe you to do medicine. I mean, this is nuts. This is absolutely nuts. Elon Musk is pumping out that you do not have to save for retirement because the robots do a better job. I don't understand that. Yeah, oh, well, actually, yes, I do, because basically guaranteed you're going to be on universal basic income. It all makes sense. Universal basic income to do robotics, taking over jobs. You won't need to work. The government will control everything from your purchases to where you go to school, to a system of who you can marry, and if you go against the grain, you won't be able to get finance. You won't be able to do anything. You won't be able to live a life of freedom and e-commerce. This is the society that we're going to be living in. And I'm sorry, this is more of a doom and gloom podcast. I don't want it to be. I say all this because
if you currently have money in the bank, a 401k, or even precious metals in an IRA, you may want to listen up. You're going to want to have a place where you have a guarantee on your funds. As we go into a lower interest rate environment, banks will be stressed out when the commercial real estate crisis happens. Right now, you can get a guarantee, yes, a guarantee on your principal, and get a bonus. If you're younger than 65 years of age, we can utilize an insurance-based contract that has been around for over 100 years. We want to help you find a guarantee on your funds that are actually outside of banking laws, outside of securities laws. And guess what? You get a guarantee on your funds. You get a guarantee on your principal. Go to greenmoneysolutions.com, fill out your information, and let's just see if you qualify.
it's now more than prevalent than ever to secure your retirement. The only way out of this system is to save for yourself. The only way out of this system is not rely on the government for your income. And they're doing everything in their power to track, trace, control you. I see it right now. The way you control people is financially. That's how you control them. And if they can monitor your bank account, monitor your transactions, monitor the non-FDA approved things, monitor a premature social credit score that we're in right now, going to, in my opinion, monitor your investments. Now we have a problem with this Trump IRA and Trump accounts. I believe that they came out with this because you're not going to have money enough. You're not going to have enough money to save for retirement. You're going to be reliant on the government for Social Security, but Social Security is going away in 2033. They don't even have enough money to do it. So, and everybody wants to be 1099. There's not a lot of W-2 workers anymore. And there's sure as heck not going to be people pumping money into the Social Security system anymore with robots coming out. So you're going to have to rely on the government. Guys, the trajectory of poverty and homelessness and foreclosures and repossessions are going to be so bad. You're going to wish that you had a green money account. You're going to wish that you had a little bit of silver. You're going to wish that you had a brokerage account. You're going to wish you had all these things, some real estate, some land, some seeds, ammo. You got to be prepared. I'm just a financial guy. Lately, I've been more the spiritual guy, but one thing I can't stress enough, guys, is don't get caught up into this tech-heavy, AI-driven economy. I know I trade options. I know I love trading, but guys, that's not sustainable. That's not meant for the average retiree. And I like making 30, 40% returns in a year. I'm good at it personally, but I'm not selling that as a service. I'm just letting you know, steady wins the race. Slow and steady wins the race. And defensive growth wins the race. So if we can learn to be defensive right off the bat with our retirement and not get involved in these tech companies that are going to annihilate you because of the volatility, then you're going to be fine. If anything, learn how to make money when the market crashes. If you're too late in the game, learn contrarian theory. Learn about SPXS. What happens when the economy goes to hell in a handbasket? How do I make money? Well, you can buy UVIX, you can buy VIXI, you can buy precious metals. Not all the time that goes up when the market goes down because they pump up the dollar. But S&P 500 goes down, you can buy SOS, you can buy SPXS, you can buy SQQQ for the NASDAQ if it falls. There's things that you could buy in the market when it does crash. There's going to be a huge opportunity. And it may not happen for a few years because they're going to keep on pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping. This is why I love the QQQ growth index. This particular index is already up 18% in the 1 year. It's not the QQQs, it's the ability to go in and out of the QQQs with safety rails. But imagine getting these returns. Imagine getting these returns with no losses and no fees. Right now, we can get 100% of these returns year by year. Purchasing a green money account. You can go to greenmoneysolutions.com and look at option 3. That's what I'm talking about. It's a QQQ like growth index, amazing index. I own it. Several hundred of my clients own it. And they're happier than a pig in poop right now, man. Like they are just gaining all of the growth, locking it in annually, and they're sleeping good at night, knowing their money is doubling on path to double within 4 to 6 years. These aren't fake returns. These are real return, guys. So we can literally benefit from this world that is driven by technology without hurting our family, without hurting our morals, without hurting our principle and not being feed to death. All you got to do is go to greenmoneysolutions.com and check out an option for you. Now there's 5 years or 7 years or 10 years. There's even 14-year ones. I don't care for the 14-year ones because I like portability. I like to be able to blow out of something if I need to with lesser penalties. But having the ability to protect your money, guys, from a financial hurricane that is about to come is going to be huge. That's how you beat this war, this takeover, this American financial reset. Some people trust in chariots. Some people trust in news and horses, but we trust in our discernment and what God has given us. Practicality, wisdom, our faith, our discernment. So I'm asking you to look around and just ask yourself, are you prepared for the market to go down? Whether it's 6 months, 12 months.
If you currently have money in the bank, a 401k, or even precious metals in an IRA, you may want to listen up. You're going to want to have a place where you have a guarantee on your funds. As we go into a lower interest rate environment, banks will be stressed out when the commercial real estate crisis happens. Right now, you can get a guarantee, yes, a guarantee on your principal, and get a bonus. If you're younger than 65 years of age, we can utilize an insurance-based contract that has been around for over 100 years. We want to help you find a guarantee on your funds that are actually outside of banking laws, outside of securities laws. And guess what? You get a guarantee on your funds. You get a guarantee on your principal. Go to greenmoneysolutions.com, fill out your information, and let's just see if you qualify.
So what I'm saying is we need to be prepared, because what happens when this market does correct? Are you willing to go through 6-7 years of losses? Because in 01, it took us 6 years. In 08, it took us 7 years. And from 1998 to 2008, the S&P lost all its returns. That was from 1998 to 2008. Imagine what's going to be 2027 to 2037. I don't know. I can't predict the future, but what I can tell you is that we can plan for it. What if we get another lost decade? How is that going to affect your retirement? For everyone that you know that has building wealth off of NVIDIA and Amazon and all these SanDisk and all these technological companies, it'll go away because they didn't protect it. Don't let that be you. The opportunity is here to help. I'm here to help. I have another advisor on standby that's willing to take calls as well as myself. We love what we do. We want to keep Christ first. If you don't like that, that's okay. We're not a good fit. But we love the cross. We love this freaking country. And we love the honor to help you with your retirement. And if that sounds like you want to work with us, great. If not, that's cool too. 813-448-3446. As long as I get to talk to anyone and talk about my faith, I'm doing my job. I could grow your money. That's easy. Heck, I can even coach you through personal problems, as I'm a life coach as well. And I love this work. I love talking to all of you. You guys are such beautiful people. You guys are amazing. And if the light that you guys carry, the salt, the impact that you have, if you even could only see, you would just be like inspired, like a little boy saying, running as fast as he can because his dad just told him that I love you, son, and I'm proud of you. Your father is saying the same thing to you, no matter where, how far you feel like you're in the crapper or when you're in the hole. Your father still loves you and wants you and has you in the palm of his hand. All you have to do is accept him as your Lord and Savior, period. Well, guys, I'm out of here. I'm at my son's hockey practice, and I wanted to push some, and not just content, but something that was on my heart to share. And if you would like a full financial and retirement introspect, and then give us a call, 813-448-3446. And we can talk in just 15 minutes. Doesn't have to be an hour long or even 30 minutes long. We can just have a basic conversation to make sure it's a fit. And many of you have 401ks you can't get out of, and now charge and give you advice. I charge 1%. It's not a big deal. We can charge for advice and manage your 401k, even if it's not with us, just so that you have professional advice on what to do with your 401k. And I'm more than happy to help you with that. Just go to 401kusa.com. And I'm more than happy to help you as well. That's my website for 401k advice. Or you can simply just give us a call, cortezwm.com, 813-448-3446. Guys, I love y'all. And don't forget to get your awesome peptides from getmeleanusa.com. Everyone that's on it, they love it. The auto subscription, I think it's like 85% of people stay on it. Great stuff, man. It's all American made, animal and natural peptides from plants and animals, and they're not harmful at all. And you can cancel anytime if you don't like it. I think I make enough to buy a cup of coffee for myself and wife. And as you know, these podcasts are very expensive. Mike is not cheap. Stu is not cheap. And all the networks are not cheap. So anything you can do to help with our affiliates, greatly appreciate it. Thank y'all. God bless you guys. And I love you. And Jesus is King. Don't forget to like and follow Scriptures on Wall Street on YouTube, Rumble, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Bye-bye.